Early. Okay. We are live on Facebook now, on our Facebook page. There is a live, you can see us. And I want to say again, thank you to Raffaele Chiulli to join us, the president of the Global Association of International Sport Federation, for the 30th anniversary of the European Dragon Boat Federation. And thank you to Mike Thomas, president of the International Dragon Boat Federation. Thank you to Mike Haslam, the founder of the European Dragon Boat Federation, and my predecessor, Alan Van Caubergh. With us today, we have the honor to have one of the greatest legends of the sport, that is Klaus Dibiasi. Klaus Dibiasi was a three-time gold medalist from 10 meters in 3 different Olympic Games, and after he's still very much involved with the diving as a sport, but he had also the experience to paddle in Dragon Boat. To paddle in Dragon Boat as many other champions. We expect other Olympic champions tonight to join us, and I hope they will arrive, because many people coming from different sports paddle in Dragon Boat, because Dragon Boat is a good lesson of sport and it is a good lesson of life. I would like to start this evening, this celebration, asking to the founder, president of the European Dragon Boat Federation, Mike Haslam, to start with his speech, after to Alan, and after I will speak, and then I will invite President Mike Thomas and Raffaele Chiulli. If he doesn't have other commitment, he can join us. And I would like to ask Raffaele Chiulli to make the final speech of this celebration before we toast all together. Today we are at the moment 65 participants. Please don't share the screen. Don't share the screen. Please don't share the screen. Somebody share the screen, please.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and I want to say thank you to Silvia Tagliaferri, one of our sponsors, and that is representing the Fidenza Village. Fidenza Village is in Italy, and as you know, this year we have cancelled all the events, but not cancelled the EDBF Forum, the first weekend in December, that will be held in Fidenza, sponsored by Fidenza Village and Region Emilia-Romagna. Thank you very much for being with us tonight, and please, Mike Haslam, the floor is yours. Open.
Okay.
First, I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
As always, I have problems with my IT, being the idiot that I am, but I hope you can hear me. And if so, it's for me, a very emotional moment, I suppose, and a very happy one in lots of ways, but also very sad because it's our 30th anniversary, and we have lost 2 or 3 people that were on those first meetings, particularly for me, of course, Phil, my wife, who was the minute secretary of our first meetings, and of course Dave Cox as well, who we lost earlier this year. Having said that, it's great to see some of the, shall we say, more mature faces that were around right at the beginning. Claude, Mike Thomas, of course, and a little bit later on, Claudio himself. So there's so many memories. 30 years, and it seems like 30 minutes. So I would hope, maybe, God willing, to be around when we get to the 60th anniversary. Certainly like to think I might make the 50th, but it's great to know that the sport has grown from the very small acorn that we dropped into the waters in Mechlin, Harswinkel, when we had that first meeting, which I covered in the newsletter you've just received. Fabio too. Fabio, who designed that beautiful flag that you see behind with the first EDBF logo, which I think was a great one, as is the present one. But thank you, Fabio, for that. One of the
thank you to you, Mike.
people. Okay. So I don't want to say too much more because, you know, is our present president. But I would say that as a way of introduction, really, I think maybe around about 1988, 89, I think Mike Thomas will correct me if I'm wrong. He and I went across to the Netherlands, to Amsterdam, to run, I think, the first official training course there, Mike. And amongst the people there was this very dynamic, self-assured person that we identified probably as one of the guys that we could bring in that would take the sport forward in Europe. There was 2 or 3 there. Andres was one of them too. But the man I'm talking about, who was the best and biggest bullshitter I've ever met, but also a wonderful guy, is of course Alan Van Caubergh. And he's been involved ever since those early days and been a constant companion, supporter and friend, as has Mike Thomas over those years. So to those 3 or 4 of you in particular, Fabio, Andras, Alan, Mike, and then Claudio, who turned up one day in London, full of enthusiasm, a young face that we brought in. And it all seems like yesterday, not 30 years ago. So to you all and to the future, all the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Cheers.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
Alan, it's your time.
Okay.
Alan Van Caubergh, my predecessor as president of the EDBF and treasurer of the International Dragon Boat Federation.
So I see I have 40 minutes left, so I can talk a lot. Okay, it's a good habit to commemorate the people who were with us at the start and not anymore. Mike Haslam already did this, but I think one name slipped his mind maybe, which is Brian Hartley.
Yeah.
He has been also very material in developing of the EDBF and later, of course, in the IDBF. So Brian also is one of the persons we need to think of when we think of the start and development of the EDBF. Okay, so I joined the EDBF in the 2nd year of its existence, well, in the 1st year, in fact, as a representative for the Netherlands. And from that role, I succeeded Fabio as Secretary General in 1996. Fabio, can you remember?
Yeah.
At that point, Bridget was the Minister Secretary. So what Phil started in the beginning was, in fact, followed up by Bridget. But I think the man who did most of the footwork himself, including the minutes, basically brushing them up and the whole stuff, was, of course, Mike Haslam, because he did everything himself, Mike. It may be difficult to delegate stuff at the beginning, but you learned how to do it a little bit more over the years. So after joining the EDBF as a General Secretary in that is to say, the Council in 1996, I also had the pleasure to act as the treasurer for 3 or 4 years because there was no treasurer available at that point. So I did 2 jobs. Fortunately, Birger Rindt took over later. And then after him was, what's the Polish guy? I had his name in my mind and it slipped, Wieniawski. Anyway, it will pop back. In 2004, I took over Mike Haslam's leading role as what it then was called chairman. Mike stayed as president and I became the chairman until we changed the statutes later and we only had 1 president and for the rest an honorary president, in this case, president of honor. The IDBF has been growing all the time. I need to mention before, first there was the EDBF and then there was the IDBF. The EDBF has been, I think we can say, a front runner for many years, because it was the EDBF who developed the Dragon Boat, standard Dragon Boat scheme and the approved pedal scheme. And it wasn't until the end of the 90s that we handed this over to the IDBF, who then took over. Basically, they took over with the same people who ran the program. So there was not much change then, only it became a worldwide thing and not just a European thing. The championships, they kept growing and growing, but we did have a little bit of a dip also in the second half of the 90s. It was a little bit slow. In the beginning of the year 2000, it was a bit slow. Then it started to grow again in 2009. I remember Budapest had the biggest championship of we had ever at that point. And then in 2010, Amsterdam did even better. After that, it was a little bit slow again until we got our pace back in 2015 in France, and 2016 and 2017, when we also organized as European Federation the Junior World Championships. And that was also, that marked the end of my era as a president of the, well, it's not an era, it was just a decade of the EDBF. And a new team was formed under the leadership of President Claudio Schermi to take the EDBF to the next level. And I think they're doing a wonderful job now, taking the EDBF to the next level. There are lots of new initiatives. The image is changing for the better. So I think the current team leading the EDBF is doing a wonderful job. I wish you lots of success to continue this for the future. And for the next 10 years. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Yes.
Okay.
Buonasera, Alan.
Okay.
I need my bottle for the final moment. Huh? Thank you, Alan.
Cheers to Alan.
Cheers.
A big hug to Alan.
Cheers, guys.
So it is my time to speak. And
als we helemaal boven links boven en het tweede pad boven.
let's try to mute everybody. Let's try everybody.
Zo, er zitten dus gewoon 73 man in. Ik probeer het over twee schermen te verdelen, maar dat lukt niet helemaal.
Okay.
Ja, gelukkig.
Please, careful if somebody has the microphone open.
Caubergh is vertellen.
Van Caubergh zit in het wit.
Nee, die was net boven. Nou, maar gewoon deze. Ik krijg geen mailtje.
Okay, I mute everybody. Okay. My dear friend of the Dragon Boat community of Europe, this is the hashtag that I always use when we speak about the European Dragon Boat Federation. I speak about us as a community of paddlers, a community of friends. And since the founding of the European Dragon Boat Federation on the 5th May 1990, the EDBF has completed an extraordinary journey in which all of us have been personally involved. We have been paddlers, members of our national teams. Sometimes we have been coaches, sometimes race officials, officials in our clubs, officials in our national federation, some of us in the IDBF, and now in the EDBF. We grew to understand what paddlers needed most. Sometimes we need to reflect on the past to know what to do now and in the future. We have all to put together our experience, learn from history, and take the responsibility and the courage to move forward. Today, most of our community have lived the lockdown experience for the coronavirus emergency. It was a good opportunity for thinking and recover energies. We have to be active in this unexpected challenge and keep our community united. We have to keep safe and healthy, of course, but not just be close and wait. We have to be active. And today, I'm very pleased to see that at the moment, 68 people is now in this Zoom meeting, and many others are following us on the Facebook page. With this Zoom party for a toast with a glass of champagne to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the EDBF, we want to think what we have done and what we want and where we want to go. The season 2020, unfortunately, has been cancelled. It's been cancelled for the EDBF, it's been cancelled for the IDBF, it's been cancelled for all the sport and for the Olympic Games, has been cancelled. And we have to think that we had a very successful event in Brandenburg 2018, thanks to and thanks to the DDB. And we had a fantastic event last year in Sevilla 2019. We have done new things. We have done the forum. We found sponsor. Today with us is Silvia Tagliaferri representing the Fidenza Village. We are sponsored in Italy. We have sponsored worldwide because the Patient Boat was a serious, very strong sponsor of our federation. The Hornet Paddles was a strong sponsor. The Teji Sports Starting System was a strong sponsor. So for the first time, we live not only on taxes of our paddlers, but we live because our sport is strong and as a good imagine, we work hard, you work hard in your nations, and for this reason, we grow. Today, we have also with us a representative of the Pink Ladies. We have many Pink Ladies in this meeting, and the Pink Ladies are the breast cancer paddlers. Breast cancer paddlers is really an important part of our sport because our sport is not just top level competition, but we have now established this commission that works together with the IDBF and also in the EDBF. Today with us is Cecilia, the representative of the International Breast Cancer Paddlers Commission within Europe. And there is Maria Pia Dionisi, that is the president of the Italian Commission of the Breast Cancer Paddlers. And I encourage all the nations to have their own commissions for breast cancer paddlers within the federation. We have also Nigel, because with Nigel we start Para-Dragon activity at international level and also in Europe. Last year was successful in Sevilla, and I hope for the future every nation will follow up with a program for disabled people. We have also to say that we have a lot of projects because next year in 2021 we will have Kiev, then we will go to Ravenna 2022 and in Barcelona 2023. We had to change our schedule, our program. This program will go to the next Congress. As a council, we had to decide the cancellation of, together with the organizer and with the responsible of the Ukrainian Federation, we had to cancel Kiev 2020, but Kiev will be done in 2021. Ravenna will be confirmed in 2022 and Barcelona 2023. Another important things that we are doing for the future and that what I want to really do is the involvement of the Chinese community. It is important that today with us is Elsbeth. I met her in just few days before, 3 or 4 days before the lockdown in Lithuania, in Vilnius, and we were with her discussing with the ambassador, and the ambassador says that it is very important that the Chinese community are involved in dragon boat, because our sport has strong traditions in China. And in these hard moments, to build through the sport a bridge between people, a bridge of friendship, a bridge not only of sport, of culture, that could be very important. We have to move forward, and we have the responsibility to keep our community together. It is a great honor for us to have here such important guests as Raffaele, the president of the Global Association of the International Sport Federation, Raffaele Chiulli, Mike Thomas, the president of the International Dragon Boat Federation, and Klaus Dibiasi, Olympic champion. We were waiting for Daniele Scarpa, Olympic champion, and many other that represent our sport. And especially it is important that today we have representatives not only of the executive of the council, we have the representative with us, the representative of the federation, the representative of the tradition of our sport, the representative of the organizers of the next important event, such as Barcelona, Ravenna, and Kiev. So we have a large representatives here, also of clubs, also of simple athletes. Yes, because our federation, I like to say that we are athlete-centered. Our continental federation is athlete-centered, and we are all committed for a great success of our sport in the coming years. Thank you to all of you, paddlers, coach, race officials. And now, before I toast, I would like to invite Mike Thomas to say a few words, and President Raffaele Chiulli to close our speeches before we celebrate. Thank you very much to all of you, and let's keep together. We are together, we are a great team, a big dragon boat. We paddle all together, despite the fact that we are Italian, British, Germans, Russians. We are all a family. We are the dragon boat community of Europe. And we remember our history, starting from Mike Haslam, starting from Chu Yuan, starting from Mike Thomas, starting from Alan, starting to all of you that were here before I even started to do this fantastic discipline. Thank you very much. Thank you to all my friends, and thank you to my friend and mentor when I was young. He was my coach. Now he's the president of the Italian Federation. That is Antonio De Lucia. Thank you very much to all of you.
Thank you.
Well, Claudio.
I'm mute. Okay, you're open.
First of all, let me congratulate the EDBF on their 30th anniversary and thank Raffaele for spending time to share this evening with us. Thank you, Raffaele. I think that if I wind the clock back a little bit before the EDBF, and probably Mike Haslam will remember this most, in 1987, we launched the British Dragon Boat Association, a race in the Serpentine, and that one stays very clearly in my mind because it was when the hurricane came through. And overnight, we were panicking in the morning when we were going to the event, whether we'd have any boats left or anything else. And that first event really actually took place in the old wooden boats. It really goes back to the roots of the sport. And, you know, in those days, we needed lorries and cranes to get the boats on the water. It was very quickly that Mike Haslam realized that if we were going to develop the sport, the only way we would do it would be to create fiberglass boats. And we set about drawing up a specification, and basically a boat builder in the UK built the first fiberglass boats that were split. They were joined in the middle, and we were able to transport them around on trailers. And that really was the kickoff. That's how the sport, I think, and Mike will correct me if I'm wrong, actually enabled it to move into Europe. We used to transport boats into Europe so that the events could take place. So the BDA was very, very important in terms of the development of the sport in Europe. And Mike led that way. He was the driving force behind creating it from a sport that took place just in the UK to Europe and then to the world. And I mean, that's one of the great things that Mike did, was to drive it forward with great energy. The EDBF is also very, very important to the International Dragon Boat Federation. You have the largest number of countries in membership as a continental federation. The championships of the EDBF are the largest championships as continental championships other than the IDBF championships. They're very, very big and very important. So the EDBF is a really important and part of the International Dragon Boat Federation. And it actually has helped drive, as Alan mentioned, things came from out of UK into Europe and from Europe to the world. I mean, that's the way that things have developed, and Europe has been key. Finally, it's lovely to see so many of you joining together tonight. I mean, we were all experiencing sort of social isolation or social distancing or whatever else, but it's just wonderful to see so many faces. And let me close by hoping and praying that you all remain safe, well, and healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. And now, President Raffaele Chiulli. Again, we are a great honor for us to have you here. In this last year in Sevilla, we gave to you the Chiulli Award, because for what you have done always for Dragon Boat and for our sport. You always help us in the international meetings, and not only for friendship, but because you understand our efforts for our sport, and this is very important for all of us. Thank you very much, Raffaele, for what you have done for the sport in these years. Thank you for the efforts with all the challenge of these months. And thank you for the friendship for our sport, Dragon Boat. Also, Raffaele paddle in Dragon Boat.
Thank you very much, dear friends, dear Claudio. Thanks for the kind invitation, which I have accepted with great pleasure. As president of GAISF, and as you all know, GAISF actually today is grouping about 125 international sport organizations. And also I have the privilege of being the president of Sport Accord and ARIS. So for me, it's really very important to be with you tonight and to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the European Dragon Boat Federation, together with the friends of the International Dragon Boat Federation and its president, Mike Thomas. So allow me to start just by saying that on behalf of the entire GAISF family, I would like to share with you my concern and at the same time my best wishes for the athletes, families, and colleagues, and for everyone who has been affected by the global COVID-19 pandemic. We as sport leaders are doing our utmost to protect the health, well-being, and safety of every single person involved. And that remains our shared priority. I think it's very important that tonight the voices of all our sport organizations, such as GAISF, IDBF, or EDBF, and certainly the athletes which are with us tonight, can help a lot in this particular moment. They can amplify certain vital messages. They can provide motivation, examples that will make all the difference in encouraging people to restart what it is called their new normal, the new normal lives. As you can all imagine, the situation in my home country, Italy, has provided me with a direct, acute awareness of the virus threat and impact. And I would like to encourage all of us to do everything we can to stop its further spread. And Claudio was reporting to me about the meeting you had during the last weekend, and I think you've done a lot in that respect. So the IDBF, as you all know, is a proud, and allow me to say also a proactive member of the Global Association of the International Sport Federation, GAISF. And I do hope that one day the IDBF can join the IRIS family, which means also to get the IOC recognition. As Claudio was mentioning, I had personally the pleasure to experience Dragon Boat, your sport, with Claudio. And Claudio is a passionate, great ambassador of your sport, of Dragon Boat. I had the opportunity to be with Claudio at several international events, and certainly you have in Claudio a reference point for your sport in a very, very, again, enthusiastic and passionate way. So yesterday I received your, you call it now e-magazine, the Dragon Sport News e-magazine, a special edition with, of course, a lot of interesting information on the coronavirus pandemic, and also a lot of information about how to protect, let's say, the athletes, and certainly how to promote exercises and again, go back to the new normal. Before I conclude my short welcoming address, I would like to say hello to a legend in sport, which is my great friend, Klaus Dibiasi. Klaus Dibiasi is a champion because he won 3 consecutive gold members at the Olympics, but allow me to say, Klaus is a champion in life. He's a person who is dedicating his entire life to train, to coach the new generations of young girls and boys that one day would like to practice a sport. So all of us should be really proud to have such a great person as Klaus. So I conclude by wishing Claudio, to you and to EDBF another 30 years of success. And certainly I will be helping you as much as I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Raffaele.
Thank you, Raffaele.
I have a cup with my name.
Raffaele. I have a blank one.
I have a bottle with my name.
Érdekes lenni.
Hol a felsős forrat, hogy úgy csinál, mint a kocintanár?
Be vagy kapcsolva, Péter.
Hol? I'm going to the animals out now. We can hear everybody.
Hi guys. How you doing, Sue?
You're looking well, Kirsty.
Thank you. You too.
Hi, Julie.
You, Henning?
Cool.
Hiding in the corner down there.
Annie, what's your cat trying to do?
Everybody's leaving now.
Thank you, everybody. Big hug.
Yeah.
Claudio, you're muted and everyone else is not.
Bart, wat is met de kat?
What is that cat doing?
Wat drink jij?
Claudio,
Oh yeah.
Claudio, il microfono.
We're on the champagne at the moment, Bart.
I don't have any light alcohols left.
No, I know. I just keep building our shelf at the moment. We've got a gin shelf as well as a whiskey shelf now.
Yeah, the light alcohols were the first to go.
Online shopping kills you.
Claudio, the microphone. I'm muted.
Have a nice evening.
The microphone. I'm
Nice
muted.
evening to everybody. Ciao, Claudio.
Silvia, ciao.
Ciao, Claudio. Ciao, everybody.
Klaus, everybody. Just a second before you leave, I would like to leave you with I try to do something difficult. So if you wait for a second, I try to do something difficult, but I hope I will be successful. Just a second.
I'll say goodbye now before he comes.
Just a second.
Claudio, cheers.
Come on, Claudio, you can.
Italiaanse spam.
Cheers.
Just a second.
Cheers.
Claudia Cardona.
Grazie. Dragon people.
Just a second for this toast.
Hi, Andres.
Oh, yeah.
Antonio De Luca. Vai.
Blindiamo.
Claudio, fai un conto alla rovescia.
No screen sharing.
What's this?
Oh no, what's going on here?
Screen sharing. Oh no, hang on, he's got video.
Start drinking now.
We wait for you next year in Fidenza, 5th December, where will be the forum of the EDBF.
Yeah, it's a fantastic place.
And last, with a beautiful music.
As long as there's wine.
Sì, ma sta qua magari. Hello Inge.
Wine or whiskey, whatever.
Waiting for Ravenna.
Yeah. Hey.
Andres.
Oh, yeah. Bologna.
Hey.
Again?
Joanne and Peter.
Ciao, hi Paul.
Modena. Però mi devi fare una foto.
Ma solo tu, Genari?
Sì. È così, mentre cucini.
Invece di quella davanti al computer.
No, mentre cucini.
What have you done?
Sue and Andy, hello.
Metti più vicini i telefoni. Più aperti. Quella che pubblicità.
Eh sì, è la sharing di Claudio. Vabbè, facciamo così.
Karen, hello.
Che poi sta andando in tilt perché guardo questo pensando che siamo...
Ok, scusa.
Lucia.
Why don't you just say that then? I'm on yours, that's fine. Mine's muted. Oh, there.
Ronald. Ronald. Ronald.
I'm going to.
Okay. See you in December. See you online for the Congress in July. And let's keep in touch for every initiative. We will be open to do it together online. And I hope so directly one-to-one.
Dat je echt huil, Claudio. Oh, wacht, ik moet even mijn dingen uitzetten.
Happy anniversary.
Ik moet hem even opnieuw zetten.
Happy anniversary.
Anniversary, everyone.
Happy anniversary.
Stay safe, stay healthy.
Ciao.
Hello,
Ciao.
Josh took on his phone.
Happy anniversary.
Ciao.
Ciao, Claudio.
Happy anniversary. Thank you very much.
Ciao, Andrea. Ciao,
Hello,
Natalia.
Paul and Joanne.
Ciao, Natalia.
Hello, Kirsty. You and everybody and everyone. My
Matthew Smith from Canada. Ciao.
Nice cats, Bart and Fanny.
I don't close.
More
At the closing part.
Looks like we don't want to leave you, Claudio.
Feel free. Slowly.
Bye bye to everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye
bye.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye. Keep safe.
I see you soon. Bye.
Healthy.
Maria Pia, Anna.
Having seen you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Mano, ciao
Bye,
Antonella.
Fanny. Bye. Flavia.
Ciao Claudio. Claudio.
Ciao Claudio.
Ciao Antonio.
Grazie.
Ciao.
Bravissimo, bravissimo.
Grazie, grazie.
Ciao Antonio.
Mariano, ciao
Ciao
Mariano.
Ciao. Bye bye. Bye bye to everyone.
Ciao Claudio. Buona
Enjoy.
serata.
Bye bye.
Ciao ciao.
Ciao everyone.
Bye John.
Via.
Back to your wife.
Amen.
Ciao Claudio.
Ciao.
Oh.
Ciao everybody.
Ciao Mike Thomas. Ciao Mike.
Ciao. Hello Natalie.
Inge. Ciao
Ciao,
Inge.
ciao a tutti. Emilia Romagna è beautiful. The best.
Ciao Emilia Romagna. Dove siete? Dove siete? Non ti ho visto.
Modena, Modena qui.
Modena.
Daniela.
Ciao, ciao, eccola, eccola. Ciao Daniela.
Ciao Claudio. Bye, Fanny.
Fabio Masi.
I hope he feeds you as well, Fanny, not just the cat.
Ciao Ute, Cielo Tulli.
Claudio.
Yes, yes, thank you very much.
Confidenza Village.
Confidenza. Eccola, perfetto, bravo, bravo. Andris, my favorite.
Is that so?
Angel,
Thank you.
Martin, Martin.
Right. Click on that one.
Yes,
Hi, praise you.
I'm going to leave now. Thank you very much. Great to see you all, and hopefully you can meet again in person.
Ciao, Mike Thomas.
Not just on the
Thank you,
screen.
Mike.
I just hope so. Bye bye.
Thank you, Mike. Back to your wife.
Bye all.
Sue sent her apologies. She's on another Zoom meeting in the other room. Full governor, and there's a governor's meeting, so we have two Zooms taking place tonight.
A big hug to her.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Ciao Said. Ciao Said.
Ciao Anna.
Mike Haslam.
Microfono
Ciao, Mike
aperto,
Haslam.
aspetta.
Cheers.
Hello, Sue and Andy. Andy. Hi.
Ute, where is Ulli?
Hi, Anna.
Ulli.
Karen, how are you?
Oli is
We're fine, thank you.
the bedroom.
Just only here. Hi, Anna, but I don't know who said so. Hi, Eddie.
Ciao.
Hi Mike!
Ciao, Fabrizio.
Ciao
Bye.
Claudio!
Ciao
Bye,
Fabio.
Fabio.
Ciao Matt. Amico, Matt. Eccolo qua.
Fantastic idea, Claudio. Fantastic.
Thank you, Claudio.
Oh, how are you?
Excuse me, Matt Smith, IDBF Vice President from Canada. I didn't mention him because he was no face. I didn't see him.
It's fantastic. He was in the conference.
Okay, I heard.
Matt for joining us from Canada.
Yes.
Fantastic.
To Canada.
Canada.
Lost to Canada.
Canada. Hi, Matt.
My home sweet home.
Yeah.
Long way. He has a long way at home.
Yes, because now we know the national anthem from Canada because many times we hear.
I've forgotten it now, I'm sorry.
Okay. Manti, Maura.
Oh, yeah.
Jack
Oh,
Spa.
it was. Hello, Said. So,
Said.
I need much better hair.
Fabrizio, com'è andata la live? Fabrizio, take care of the live.
It was a great live streaming.
Many connections.
Cheers to everyone from Sicily.
From Sicily, Fabrizio Messina. Ciao Fabrizio.
Say goodbye or what?
Ciao carissimi.
Huh?
So,
Still on there?
Cyprus.
I can share our live streaming in IDBF Facebook page.
EDBF.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a meeting. It was the celebration of 30 years. So.
Yes. Good.
Hello, Niels.
Okay, hello.
Fabio.
Claudius.
So,
I have a surprise for you in Monaco. See you.
go for another glass qua. I'm alone, glass and glass.
You are drinking too much, Claudio.
But once I didn't drink during the
Okay, let's put some more.
Claudia, are you still sleeping in the office?
I had this from Russia.
That's got to be dangerous.
In
Claudio
2002,
Schermi.
in
You are the new
2002,
president of Russia, Claudio.
Italy.
Especially with a name like that, that's got to be dangerous.
Hello.
Are you still sleeping in the office, Claudia?
What?
Are you still sleeping in the office or are you going home now?
Yes, until they don't open, and maybe they open on the 18th, but from the 10 March until they open the clubs, I stay in the club.
Bye, Dawn. I'm going to go now.
Cheers.
Somebody have to hold the fortress.
Bye. I've got another Zoom quiz to do now. Noted.
No, mi parlo.
Okay, Karen.
Natalia,
See you later.
read in the chat. Read my message in the chat.
I'm reading right now. Reading.
How are you? Are you fine?
I'm fine. Yes, thank you.
Fine, fantastic. Nice to see you here.
Nice to see you.
Where's Maria?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay, Claudius. Thank you.
Feel free to stay or to leave because this is the after party. We don't close. It's not a meeting. So if everyone wants to speak one with the other, feel free. It's like a party. No protocol.
Claudio,
Yes.
do you know that the German Dragon Boat Federation will celebrate also the 30th anniversary in this year?
Ah, I didn't.
Oh, when?
Yes. We will celebrate it in the German National Championships in September in Munich on the Olympic Regatta venue.
Fantastic. Send me the invitation. I will come.
Yeah, we hope that we can celebrate this
Yes,
championships.
No coronavirus anymore, I hope.
Yes, of course, we hope. Yeah.
In September.
Still,
I
don't understand. Yeah.
Ute, this mean that this year you're going to have your championship in Germany? Is still valid? Yeah.
We hope. We hope by the Bavarian president. Yes, of course.
Excellent. Okay.
We are ready with the preparation in all points, and yes, we hope. We hope so.
Excellent. Send us the dates.
And then after the championships, we come to Cyprus for holiday.
Yes. First we go to Cologne, Munich, and then we come to Cyprus. Back.
Yeah,
excellent. I agree.
It was
I agree.
last year in Cyprus. Yeah.
Guys, we're off. See you next time.
Funny. See you, muscle.
Ciao.
Bye, guys.
Okay, Claudio. Bye-bye.
Everybody, thank you. Have a nice
See you in Monaco.
Where are you? You are in a fantastic place. No. No.
Fantastic seeing you.
I'm going to sign off. It was nice joining you all.
Yeah, good.
Good night.
Nice seeing you. Nice to see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good.
Ciao,
We are
Claudio.
left only this page. We are left only
Ciao,
this page.
Fabio.
Fabio, ciao.
Fabio,
Bye.
ciao.
Buddy.
Bye-bye.
No,
Bye, everybody.
Happy.
Good to see you.
Good to see everybody. Stay safe.
Yes. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Ciao, Rijeka.
Bye.
Ready?
Bye.
Niels, what's wrong with your nose?
Cheers, everyone.
So.
No one looks like that. You're Salamanca's uncle.
Bye-bye.
Want to leave?
I want to drink with you. Okay?
Oh, so we do.
Natalia. Drink with Natalia. Drink with Natalia. Toast with Natalia.
Natalia.
Oh, yeah.
Claudio.
Good. Said. Drink with Said. Drink. Toast with Said. Said.
Oh, Said has a new haircut. Let's see, Said.
Yes.
Where are you?
You see?
Let's see your new haircut. Fabulous. Fabulous. Cheers, Said.
Are you on the beer?
What?
Are you drinking beer or champagne?
No, champagne.
Champagne.
I'm going for the whiskey.
Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Martin, when we will see Martin?
Oh, yeah.
You will see now.
Okay, but
we will actually. I wrote you that this is such a nice company. I remember from the latest meeting where I participated or event. So I wrote you that we'll apply this initiative from Estonia again to the membership because it was some organizational thing what we had. So thank you very much for this. This is like I don't know how to say. This is the power what we have here. As Claudio said that this is a real family, and as Claudio as Italian, we should believe it. And the Italians say that this is a sports family. It is really. So thanks you very much.
It's not only European. We're a worldwide family. Thank you for having you.
Of course.
We have to be a great family, yes, yes. And we have to follow up, and we want to help new nations to join us. Estonia has to come and join us because Mike Thomas said that we are the largest continental federation, but we can be more. We have still many nations where we can develop the sport, and Estonia is one of the first that we have to think because you are very strong paddlers, and we want you at the championship.
That's a great. We think big, and this was like some organization thing that. Now I just thought that I should write to you how to apply fastest way Estonia again. So this is one thing you catch me again when I saw you here. This power, so it's nice. Thank you very much.
Okay, now the party is going to close. Thank you very much to join us, and let's keep in touch. We can have. It was first time a party online, and I hope you enjoy, and maybe we will have other opportunity to discuss things or to simply have another toast for another occasion. Bye, bye, bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Bye, bye, everyone.
Bye.
Until you.
Ciao.
Bye.
Grazie.